Hello, hello. Happy Saturday. How's everybody doing? I'm just going to quickly yell at the internet that we're live. Of course. I wonder if I still have the link copied. Please let it still be copied. Oh, damn. It's not. Okay. Okay. Everything's good. Everything's ready to go. How's everybody doing on this lovely Saturday afternoon? I am not home. I'm actually staying with Mom and Dad because I have to take care of the little nugget over there on the bed. Hey, Bill? That was the slowest reaction, my girl. So I'm currently in my dad's office using his setup, which is different than mine. I don't have enough room to put everything in front of me. It's weird, but hello, Harriet. Welcome to the stream. Harriet's going to be using these sprints to plan out their main character for the project they're going to use for NaNoWriMo. Incredible, Harriet. What is the project about, if you don't mind sharing? Hello, Brina. Welcome. I'm going to be working on project Second Story Draft 2. Yesterday I was working on it and I got to 44,000 words, and I have this really stupid idea to try and finish this draft this weekend while I'm here. It's a stupid idea. Mainly it's fueled by the fact that I want to use my parents' printer while I'm here to print out the whole story. So I would like to finish it and then print it so that I can read over it physically. That's usually how I catch things a little easier, like typos and different, things going on. But please excuse my hair as well. I washed it with different shampoo and conditioner today because I'm not home, obviously. And it's just doing the most today. Not what I want it to, but it's doing something. And it's flat over a lot of it. We're fine. Whichever, I'm not sure exactly. I know it's going to have demons in it. That's all. Woo! Well, I hope the exploration of your main character helps you unlock what the story is going to be about. Because if you know vaguely, I guess, you can use the main character to help you kind of suss out the story itself. Because usually the story is fueled by the main character, right? So that's super fun. That's pretty great. Hello, Grayson. Welcome to the stream. I forgot my little ticker at the bottom. There we go. But yes. I'm going to get my child and show you my child. Come here. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking about you. How are you? She says, I don't like this part. This is the child that I am taking care of this week. Her name is Bella. She's 11 years old. And she's very entitled. Oh, sweet girl. She's angry because I keep moving her. She was very comfy upstairs in the sunroom until I decided we're going to go downstairs to the live stream now. So, sweet pea, you're just having a little snooze. Oh my god. All right, sweet pea, let's go. Harriet says, I do have an idea for the antagonist as well. Very good. Yeah, as soon as you can start playing the antagonist and the main character together, you can kind of get their motivations and goals and stuff, and that's usually where the story is built out of, right? So that'll be super cool. I hope we have a productive stream and you can kind of figure out more of your story. They feel good? Oh my god, big yawns. She's my little nugget. Aren't you? Aren't you the nugget? Yeah? You're the star of the show today? Yeah. You look so sad. Sweetie, I know you just want to sleep. You just want to cuddle and sleep. I know I'm not very comfy. You want to go back into your bed? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. And put you down. Go ahead. Back into your little hole. But yes, I'm going to be working on Project Second Story. We're getting close to the end. I don't know how much left I have, or how much I have left. English. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sort of like 9, 10 more chapters left to write, which shouldn't be too bad because I am editing and I am pulling off of the first draft to make these chapters, so shouldn't be too much. It is a Luke's Diner. It's Luke's Diner shirt. It is Stars Hollow. I had a girl ask me this today. She says, "Where'd you get your shirt?" She yelled it at me when I was at where was I? I was just walking out of Indigo, our bookstore here, and she yelled. She was like, "Where'd you get your sweater?" And I'm like, Etsy. But yeah, Stars Hollow from Gilmore Girls. That's where it's from. Do you know what you'll be doing for Nana this year? Yes, I'm going to be hopefully taking part, barring any illness or mental health crash or anything. I plan on working on Arrowmount Book 2. That's what I'm calling it for now. It has a project name, but I also it's one of those things that I was like, oh, what, because Project Second Story, the title of the book is A Second Story. And for the second book, I was just kind of thinking about it, brainstorming about it, and I was just kind of like, oh, what if I named it this? And then I was like, oh, but that's so there are so many other books named this, and it's it's a typical chivalric phrase, and I was like, oh, but that'd be so good. It'd be so good as a title for this book, but it's tentative in my head as project this. It's 3 words. So I'm going to be working on that. It is as I said, book 2 in the Arrowmount series, which is what my cozy fantasy is set in. That's what Second Story is set in. But book 2 is going to follow 2 different characters. It's going to follow a art thief named Lottie, or Charlotte. Her name, she goes by Lottie, and a bard named Kier, which is fun. Karandir is a bard, and she works at the local inn. So it's going to be sapphic. It's going to be great. It's going to be autumn set because it's going to be set in around the autumn festival in Arrowmount, and it's going to have also fun sibling dynamics because Lottie's sister lives in Arrowmount. So it's going to be good all around. That's what I'm going to be working on, hopefully. October is going to be me probably doing a lot of outlining and planning for it. But for now, I'm working on and that's only going to be when I'm done. Book 1, A Second Story. But yeah, companion sequels or companion series. And they will all probably go in order of time as well, I think. Yeah, because A Second Story is Ari and Finn's story, and they get there. When do they get to Arrowmount? Kind of beginning of the summer, sort of spring, summer, and then it finishes late summer. The next book is going to be in the autumn when everything is kind of cold and the season has changed, and we'll see when the next one ends up being set. But I feel like it's just going to kind of keep encroaching down on different storylines and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my plan for NaNoWriMo. Barring any terrible mental health breaks, it'll be the plan. I just need to actually plot out the book scene by scene so that I can get it down. And I also want to do another, I don't know if you've been around a lot. I don't know if you folks have been around since I've done the 70,000 word novel in 30 days challenge that I did in June for A Second Story. But I want to try that again during NaNoWriMo. So extreme NaNoWriMo, where I try and write 70,000 words in 30 days rather than 50,000. because I don't write 50,000 word novels. I write 70,000 word novels or up. Although this one's small. This one's only 58,000 words. As of right now, it's sitting at 44,000, and I think it probably will be more than 58,000 this draft, but we'll see. It should be, because I added a chunk at the beginning. But yeah. Are the rest of you going to be participating in NaNoWriMo? Do you know? Are you going to be using October for Preptober? Happy October 1st, by the way. Happy October 1st. I have a to-do list to do that I just remembered. I need to write this down. Oh my God. Okay. My mom was like, I just need you to do one thing for me, about 3 or 4 times before she left yesterday. So my parents are away on a trip, which is why I'm here in my dad's office looking after Bella. But yes, my friends, anyways, I don't have any D&D dice with me. So for this sprint, I am open to y'all giving me sprint suggestions, because I would love your sprint time suggestions. It won't be the traditional way. Yeah, more like make your own deadlines and that kind of stuff. That's fine. I think NaNoWriMo kind of asks a lot of people, because November seems to be so much for so many people, especially if you're in school or you're in the academia world. November is usually when like papers and tests and stuff are due. So I was never able to participate in Nano, though I tried one year during my university career, because I had papers to write instead of creative stuff. But that's besides the point. But that's exciting. That's exciting. Oh yeah. Yeah, good luck, Grayson. Good luck, because holy shit, grad school's a lot. I haven't actually gone through grad school myself, because my undergraduate was enough for me. My bachelor's degree, totally that's it for me. Because university and academia totally wrecked my mental health, and there is not a bone in my body that wants to go back to school. I mean, there's a little bit of me that wants to like do a like editor degree or a library science degree, but I just don't have the actual urge. Just like, maybe, but no, I don't want to go back to school. So good luck with that. I hope you're enjoying your program so far. Hello, Lee. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. But yes, my friends, I can take, if you guys have any times that you want to sprint for, tell me, because I don't have any dice with me. I forgot them at home, which is sad, because I also had a D&D game on Thursday night, and I had to play without dice, which was interesting. I am the DM, so it didn't really matter that much, and there was no actual combat. It was just like more of an RP session, but forgot my dice, so I don't have the desire to return. Yeah, I watched one of my friends right out of our year of graduating. She went right into her master's program, and then the pandemic hit the year after. So she finished her master's program online from home, because she was going to somewhere in Ontario for her master's. And just watching her go through that. And then my next friend, who graduated in 2020, finished her bachelor's degree in the pandemic, and then went to Ontario for her master's and did her entire master's alone in an apartment with her boyfriend and 2 cats. And it's just, it's just watching them go through it. It's a lot. I think the only person who's so far gone through a secondary program after their bachelor's and like survived has been our friend who went through library science. And she loved her program, which seems to be a rarity, because the rest of us who have gone through their master's program or are right now going through it have struggled. And it's like basically just like ruined us. So academia is not a kind world to be in. So I wish anyone who's in academia luck. Unfortunately, our world is kind of a shitty place that requires you to have degrees to get jobs now, because that's like entry level, which is the stupidest. But I'm in library science. Hell yeah, Grayson. You seem to be in the one program that isn't killing people. Library science also sounds like really cool. And the idea of being a librarian is like constantly sitting in the back of my head. but it's also one of those degrees that I don't understand entirely, because my friend said that she's gotten a term job here after she graduated from her science degree, or from her library science degree, that she said that you learn on the job pretty well as a librarian. So she's like, yeah, it's one of those degrees that just feels like you're just getting a piece of paper for something that you're going to eventually learn on the job anyways. But being a librarian sounds so fun. And it is a like plan H in my life to be a librarian. It's maybe one day I'll go back. I'm only 25, maybe. Harriet rolled a 15 for our first sprint. So if we want to do a 15, we totally can, unless someone else has an idea. I'm a pharmacy tech, it's just on the job training and to make decent money. Hell yeah. I know I'm in the wrong field, because I was talking to this guy I'm seeing, and he's a computer science guy, and he walked out of university with like a 70K a year job, which is insanity. And I know like a lot of pharmacy techs who went to our university, they said that when they walk out of uni, it's like 100K a year. And I'm like, that's unfair. I'm getting, like, when I first started my entry level job, I'm getting paid 35K. And that's only because I asked for a raise. Like, I asked and I'm like, please. And they gave me like 50 cents raise this year, because I got like a title upgrade and all this kind of stuff. So I really should be getting like 40 or 50K a year, but alas, capitalism. Capitalism. I'm also in Canada, so that changes things, because I know the States is a little different, a little worse. Anyways, friends, are we good with a 15-minute warm-up sprint? How are we feeling? I have a 20 D&D dice, one that goes to 90, 100, and that goes to 12. Ooh. American training. It's way different than what you train for in school. Yeah. I've heard a couple friends have gone through our education system up here, and it's structured. We can either do it like concurrently with our bachelor's degree, so you do like 5 years concurrent, both degrees, or you do a 3 and then a 2, so 3 years for your bachelor's and then a 2 for your education degree. And then it's like, as soon as they get out of the classroom and like actually go in their placement and start teaching, it's like everything changes. It's like, wow, okay. I'm learning on the job. Yes. D20. I mean, the 15 works for me for a warm up, but I might have you roll for our next couple sprints, Harriet. If you want to do the percentiles, or pretend it's a D100. Again, I could also roll online. But I think for now we're good with a 15-minute warm up sprint. Let me get this all set up for y'all. We got our little tomato friend hiding in another Chrome tab. And we'll start with a 15-minute warm-up. Because I'm ready. I think I'm ready to dive into my beautiful, beautiful second story. I'm okay with Dice Gremlins Unite. Yeah, I'm so sad that I don't have my dice with me, because I like fiddling with D&D dice, especially when playing D&D. Ugh, I love it. Okay, we're good with 15. All right, my friends. I will see you in 15 minutes. Let's get our sprint on. Let's get our productivity going. Sprint! My goodness, that sprint went so much faster than I thought I was going to. Oh my god. I started out hunting for different songs for my playlist that I have for Ari and Finn's situation. It's a second story, Ari and Finn, that I have on my Spotify because I make playlists for everything that I write. And I got so caught up in the scene that that scene went so good. Oh my god. I even added a little bit. I had Finn talking to where the balls did I put? I'm so confused. Where did it go? I had written the starting amount of words that I had. Oh my god, there it is. Thank God. Okay. Copy. Jesus. Okay, so I started with 44,226 words, and I now have 44,810 words. So I added about 600 words in that sprint, which is pretty great for 54 or 54 for 15 minutes. Jeez, my brain is not here today. I'm just getting to a point where I'm kind of introducing some more characters who are going to be really important in a spin-off series that I'm going to be writing for this as well, which is always exciting. I like this part because it's also a high tension part for my boys, which is fun. But Amy, I have so many things to do today. I'm starting with my blog post and ARC sign up. That's very exciting. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Harriet managed to write up part 1 of a character profile for main character and chosen a name. Heck yeah. If you care to share, I would love to hear your name. Names are my favorite thing. Names are truly my favorite thing. I was originally writing this when Exandria Unlimited Calamity was coming out on Critical Role's channel. And one of the characters is named Laren in that, and I really don't like Laren. I don't like that character at all, but the name has stuck, and I've actually named one of the characters for that next the next series is named Lyra, because I think that name is beautiful and it really fits her, even though she's like this big burly barbarian woman who she's got like fiery red hair that goes like down to her ankles almost. Like she's just, I love her so much. But also, I apologize if my Wi-Fi goes down at any point. The Wi-Fi in this house is shitty as hell. So, and I just got a warning that my Wi-Fi connection is unstable. So I do apologize. The Wi-Fi in this place is batshit terrible. Is it the MTS 515 that I'm supposed to be on? I think so. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I apologize for that. Brina was able to get a bit of world building done. Heck yes! That's the basic, the physical appearance and speech and communication done. Hold on. 179 words. Heck yeah. Renegade added 114 words to this one, making your word count 3,234. Absolutely so fun. You're just starting out. I love it. Tristan Wolf. That's a good name. That's a solid character name. Definitely. That's like it's on the line of some of like a name you'd hear in one of those old I want to say like a Teen Wolf like show. It just sounds like a name that you would hear in a show that would click. I did not write. Well, Grayson, that's all right. Sometimes we need sprints for other things. Oh, goodness me. Come on, Whiffy, let's go. I'm watching it like flicker between 2 bars and 3. Okay, we're good. We're back. Digby Wolf and a Wolf Among Us. Yeah, it's a really strong name. Like it feels like a character name, you know, like a character that would stick in people's heads, which is what you want. It's one of those names that I don't know. It just works. I love names so much. Naming is my favorite thing. I love it so much. But hence the reason why my 2 boys are named Arlius and Finian. I love names. But yeah, Finn's name is Finian Shademark. And Arlias's name is Arlias Damaris, which have been names that I've had picked out in my head for so long. But you know, I'm stuck on a singular plot point. Like I need something here to connect a point to a point, but I do not know what to put. Ask your character what they would do in this instance. Do they need to collect more data on this? Do they need to ask someone something? Do they need to do some internal searching? Do they need to actively like go out and do something like a trial? What is their goal in this point? What do they want to really do to overcome this plot point? Because you want the plot to be driven by the character, right? So what would your character do right now in the situation that they're in? What do they want to do? And what do they need to do? Because sometimes they're two different things. And also ask your other characters like what they would do in the situation as well, like what situation that they're in, to see if that helps move things along as well. Because I know sometimes when I'm planning things out, because I always plan things out before I write, sometimes I have issues connecting two different plot points, and I just need to kind of mentally map character attitudes and sentiments and personality and like what they would do to get from point A to point B and kind of do that. And then you can always sit there and go, okay, well, this is what they need to do and this is what they want to do. How can I stop them from doing that? How can the world come in and stop them from doing that? How can another character's decision mess that up? Make it hard for them, that kind of stuff, if you want to, of course. You can always mess with it a little bit, but it's always fun to ask yourself questions, like literally like step back from the project, step back from the scene you're in, and just ask big picture questions. Sometimes I find that helps rattle things loose in my head. But also if it doesn't, you can always go back and read a little bit through of what you are currently working on and see how things like run through. And as a reader, what would you expect to happen next? That kind of a thing, you know. It's important to ask yourself questions for sure. But yes, gosh, 600 words down in that first sprint, incredible. I'm feeling great. feeling great. Oh my goodness. There's multiple group chats popping off right now. Things are going crazy. My dog is in a cute little ball, just like snoozing in a corner. Oh, look at her. She's so cute. Oh, sneak peek of my old library. My parents changed it around in here when I moved out because that wasn't originally like that, which it should have been. Now that I think about it, it should have been like that because I originally had those shelves in like a corner situation, but it should have been flat against the wall like that. That makes so much more sense. Oh, goodness me. I spent most of my time finding the right song to listen to. I relate to that so hard. Which is why I make project playlists. I've tried to make character playlists in the past, but it just ends up being project playlists. Because it's hard to do character playlists when I'm not writing in a contemporary world, you know? Because it's like, what would they listen to? They're literally in a fantasy realm. They're listening to medieval type music all the time. So yeah, I make project playlists, and that's what I was doing at the beginning. I was like adding some songs to it because I realized that my this playlist is really short. So I went to like the bottom of it where Spotify has like the more recommended songs, and like I kept listening through that, but then I got really distracted by my story. But hello, Daya, you've joined the stream at a perfect time because we have 3 more sprints after this. We've just gotten started. Join in, let us know what you're working on. But Harriet rolled a 44. My God, I don't think I've ever sprinted for that long. Are we down for a 44-minute sprint? Or do we want to half it and do 22 minutes? How do y'all feel? 44 minutes or 22 minutes? Thank you for rolling, Harriet, by the way. Thank you. It's up to y'all what you want to do for our second sprint. We can do 22 minutes or we can do the full 44. I'm up for both. I write for long periods of time usually, so I've just never done a sprint that long on my channel before, which is exciting. But yeah, y'all let me know what you're good with. 44 minutes, 22 minutes. Ooh, We got Brina with 22, Harriet automatically with 22, Lee with 22. Oh, everyone's good with, I'm good for longer sprints. I'm good with either. All right, so Spotify's my go-to. I'm listening to a 2 Steps from Hell playlist. I know. Ooh, I love that. Spotify, perfection. I love Spotify so much. I was talking to this guy and I sent him the link to my Dragons playlist because I was talking about it, and it's like 12 hours long because I've literally just taken all of the soundtracks from like How to Train Your Dragon and Brave and then The Hobbit and then all 3 Lord of the Ring movies, and I just threw it into this playlist. So it's long. Then I sent it to him. He's like, "Oh, I'll have to format that because I'm on Tidal." And I'm like, who is on anything other than that? Spotify? What's happening? What's happening? But yeah. All right, are we okay with the 22-minute sprint for our next one? Maybe the third sprint will be longer. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, I think I'm ready to dive back in. Are we ready to go, friends? You think we're ready to get back into creativity? Unless there's anything else y'all want to talk about. I'm going to throw the 22 minutes into our Pomodoro timer. Things are great. Things are good. Hey, that's totally fine, Harriet. I will roll on my end. Thank you for joining and thank you for rolling for us. But all right, my friends, we're going to get into this. We're going to get into our next sprint. And we're going to see what ends up happening. Are we ready to go? We all good to kick this second sprint off? Second sprint of the day? Woo! Squeeze me. Goodness me. All right. Well, I'll take all your silence as a yes. So we're going to get into it. See you in 22 minutes. with that, my friends, second sprint is done. How are we feeling at the end of that sprint? How are we feeling? I got a spam call halfway through on the landline. I had to go heat up my coffee. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Let me see how many words I've added today, or added in that sprint. So I'm now sitting at 45,465 words. I don't know how to do math. So that is 24, 8, 10. Nope. 45. 465 minus 44, 8, 10. I added another 600 words. 655 words. It always feels like a little bit more, so I don't know what's going on, but still trucking right along, which is great. Brina was able to get a side character's first and last name and some backstories done. Heck yes. We love to see it. I would love to know your character's name if you want to share it. I'm feeling the urge of the end of the story starting to roll over me, so who knows how much I'm going to get done today, but I feel like I could go forever. We're not going to sprint for forever. We got 2 more sprints left, but whoo! I'm uploading. That's so exciting though, Amy. It's like official. You're like uploading it. Amy, do you upload Guardian of the Sixth Gate? I think I heard, I think it was Sarah that had issues with it uploading to KDP and Ingram Spark early. Is that an issue? Can you upload early? I think it's because I think she tried to make changes and then they like charged her or something. Maybe it was Ingram Spark who did that. I'm not sure. I don't even know what I'm asking. I don't even know what I'm asking, but Renegade added 353 words, but writing a murder is tough. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Are you writing it from the murderer's perspective or like a witnessed murder? Because that's exciting. Ooh. Her name is Lola Blackwell. Ooh, that's a lovely name. I like that name. Very good. Planning this month of Preptober. Very fun, Daya. What are you working on for NaNoWriMo, if I may ask? I'd love to know. I've just continued the scene where Finn meets an adventuring party, which is exciting and terrifying all at once because this is him kind of giving into his panicking dark side right now because he's going through some stuff and he's just like, an adventuring party, and I'm making the stakes a little bit higher because one of the party members recognized him, not from where, just like is like, you look familiar, and he's running from his past. So he's like, oh, do I? We must have met on the road, even though he remembers exactly where he's seen this person before. So adding the stakes, very fun. From a murderer's perspective, his story is basically an assassin going after killing his woman in witch trials. Very fun. Very fun. Is it like straight up cold-blooded murder, like no fight, no battle, or is it like a full-on like fighting this person? Because I guess writing a murder is very interesting to do when you're pulling out from a really high fantasy setting of battle and like sword fights and all that kind of stuff. But I guess the trick is to keep it snappy and quick, right? Because you don't want to draw everything out. But that's exciting. That's really exciting. I'm writing my space opera in November. Woo! Ooh, ooh, ooh. So exciting. Ingram's work is tricky. I think Sarah did have to pay to change something with her interior. I know she had trouble with the Amazon categories too. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of issues going on with her category stuff on Amazon, which is a little unnerving. Amazon's tricky though, because it's such a large database. Like, how do you even control that? It's wild. Goodness me. Hello, RK. Welcome. More of a hidden thing. He's being sneaky with it, not to get caught. The last bit will be the battle. Very fun. I love that. I love that. But I know how hard fight scenes can be to write. If you find it really tricky, I always say, like, go read a particularly interesting battle or fight in a book that you know. Just see how they did it, how they plotted it out, and how fast they get through it. Because a lot of those scenes are pretty quick. because I know only a few people can really do well with well drawn out battle scenes. Like John Gwynn is one of them. His battle scenes can last for pages, and I'm just gripped the whole time. And it's interesting because a lot of battle scenes have to be really snappy for me to care. But John Gwynn's battle scenes are just wonderful. I don't know who else. I don't know who writes like Assassin specifically, but yeah, it's always interesting to go see if you're having issues with the scene flowing well. And I guess it's always interesting if you want to think of it in almost like a theater way of like blocking the scene on a stage and like seeing how well that moves physically. Because I think, who was it? I think it was Victoria Aveyard. She was talking about when she was writing Realmbreaker, how she like blocks her scenes, especially her fight scenes, just to keep things really clean. That's an interesting way of doing it, like staging it almost like a movie scene, which is kind of fun. But yeah, always so interesting to do that kind of stuff. I'm gonna find a dice roller. I will roll a dice in a second, but yeah, very cool. I am excited. I really would like to just keep going with this story like all day. I also really want to finish reading Harold the Ninth because I'm behind and I didn't read as many books as I wanted to in September. So I need to finish Harrow. And then I think after Harrow, I'm going to try and burn through a spooky book because I brought a bunch of spooky books with me to my parents' house because I wanted to like make this weekend a like the start of October spooky books. I quote unquote spooky. It's YA horror. It's Clown in a Cornfield by something Cesare. My friend picked it for book club, so I need to read it. But there's that, and then I have an Agatha Christie, and I have Mother Thing, which is a book that I need to review. But yeah, today for the rest of the day, I don't really know what's going on. Tomorrow, though, I have nothing happening, so it's going to be like a day of just relaxation and fun stuff. But the writing urge is strong. Strong. Anyways, my friends, I'm going to roll some D20s, and we're going to see how long we can go for. Okay, so it's not enough time. Okay. How does a 31-minute sprint sound for our third sprint of the day? 31 minutes. How does that sound? She's just snoozing. Okay, let's see. Third sprint. All right, we got a 31 sounds good. 31 sounds good. Sounds good. Amazing. All right, friends, we're gonna jump in. Nice and easy. Nice long sprint for this one. We're going to get a lot done. I can feel it in my bones. All right, my friends, I'll see you in about a half hour. Sprint. How are we feeling, friends? Third sprint done. Ooh, I got into it. That little do scared me. Okay, let's see what are we at now? 46,921 words. Oh my god. How many words did I add that time? 46,921 minus 45,465. Added 1,400 words. Heck yeah, that's why I love my long sprints. That's why I love long sprints. I get so much done. Oh, how are we feeling, friends? We got one more sprint to go. One more sprint to go on this lovely Saturday. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more chapters to go, which is very exciting because we just got to a point that things are kicking off. Things are kicking off as much as they can kick off in a cozy fantasy. Brianna did more world building, and it's taking them forever. Honestly, world building can literally take as long as you want it to, because one, there's always more that you think you can do or think you have to do. But the one thing that I always have to keep telling myself, because I get bogged down in the world building details so easy, is do what is important to your story first, and then kind of branch out a little bit so that you have like world setting, a couple fun facts about each setting, or like descriptions that you need if your story is going to take you through there. I guess any spots that are important for backstory and all that kind of stuff. But try not to get bogged down in it, because a lot of the details that you are going to know about your world and about your, about your story, it's not even going to make it into your story. So it's one of those things that I like Brendan Sanderson's course on world building. If you've ever taken that, he's got it up on YouTube for free. It's wonderful. His world building section of his university course that he taught. But his ideas of world building is wonderful, because I remember reading a Brandon Sanderson book once, and I think it was, I don't know, I think he's got something like it in Mistborn, and he also has something like it in the first Stormlight Archives book, where there's just this moment of characters interacting with nature that sticks in my head. There's this one moment where a girl gets out of a cart in one of the books, I can't remember which one, and like looks down and experiences grass for the first time, which like green grass isn't a thing that she is aware of from where she's from. So it's just little details like that. It's little like flavors or a particular food that they could have, or it's just little things like that that kind of ground people in the world, that make it feel a little bit more real. But yeah, you don't need to be super bogged down in world building. Just get what you need for your story down first, and then you can kind of play with it as much as you want. Renegade got 325 words. Incredible. But then you got stuck. Interesting. Can we help you unstick yourself? Realize these are the wrong page from my size, so I have to get both covers in. Woo! That's wild. Yeah, that's scary. Ooh. I want to start working on cover stuff for mine, but I have to finish this draft so I can get the page count, so I can get the approximate sizing of the cover and lay out a cover like template before I can reach out to artists for it, because I want to make sure that I have the dimensions right and all that kind of stuff. And I kind of want to figure out where I want to put like the chapter, or not the chapter, the title of the book and all that kind of stuff, and like the cover, the copy on the back, before I reach out to artists and be like, hey, can you make me a cover? Because I got like I need to know the dimensions of like the spine and stuff like that, just so I can do that. But I need to finish this draft first before I do that, because that all matters. The amount of thousands of words matters. But yeah, that's exciting. I think I figured it out now. I was going to sacrifice a character and lead into the final bit for the main character motivation wise. Thank you for the offer. Hey, that's exciting. I love when things like that work, and make it meaningful as well. It's always interesting. I hate reading books where you can tell that a character is killed just for plot motivation. So, make it, I don't know, make it meaningful. Make it meaningful to the characters and really tie it together in a way that'll make readers just go at the shock of it and like the heart hitting, getting right into your chest of it. And then it'll really motivate character and reader as well. But that's really exciting. I like that. You could never go wrong with a good old sacrifice. I wrote a book a while ago that has since been shelved, but there was a moment in there where it was actually one of the first times that I introduced a second or third POV, no, a fourth POV in that book. And the first time I was introducing this girl to the story, and she was walking out with her boyfriend at the time, like who had been her best friend. They're like childhood friends to lovers kind of a thing. And it's this moment of them enjoying the day. It's a beautiful day. And then it kind of turns a little bit, and it's all from the boy's point of view, where he like realizes there are soldiers out and they're looking for someone. And it ends up being that they're looking for her, and they're testing people for magic, because magic in this world is not allowed. And there's this moment of just like, he realizes what's happening, and then she realizes what's happening, and then he gets killed in the moment of confrontation, because he's like, you can't take her, I'm going to protect her at all costs. And it's just absolutely gut-wrenching. And it was one of those moments that I remember finishing that scene and just kind of sitting there and being a little bit shook at myself for how cruel I can be. And then I just made it worse on myself, because that whole book had like, the main character was tortured by this guy in a prison. It was a lot. It was a lot. But I hate books like that too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can't make people understand, right? That's a whole thing. When you have especially main characters, they think that they can change anything and anyone. They oftentimes think that they are in the right, and usually in the story context they are in the right. But that realization, when you think for so long that you can change somebody or make them understand, and then you can't, and you realize how truly awful this other person is, gut-wrenching, horrible. I love it. Yeah, it was a lot. Every once in a while I get like the inkling to go back and like revisit that story, and I'm just like, do I really want to pull that out? Do I really want to do that? Because god damn, that story was a lot, and I like needed a lot of work. It needs like a complete overhaul of like world building and stuff like that, because I was trying to make it too much like Cassie Clare's Shadowhunter books, where it's like set in a world like ours, but then I also made it medieval, but my characters are wearing like t-shirts and jeans, so it needed a lot of work, which is why it's shelved at the moment. I'm gonna roll for our next sprint. Oh my gosh, we're gonna roll just that. Okay, how does how does a 25-minute sprint sound for our final sprint of the day? We can do shorter. We can do 19 if anyone cares to do one that's under 20 minutes. I'll give it up to y'all. You can do 19 minutes or we can do 25 minutes for our final sprint of the day. Last little bout of motivation and productivity before we call it. Remember to drink your water and stretch. Good Lord. I am sleepy. It's because I got like 5 hours of sleep last night. Totally on me, but I got 5 hours of sleep last night. Getting up early on 5 hours of sleep is not fun. 25 sounds good to me. All right, let me get this all set up. Today has been lovely, friends. I'm so glad that y'all decided to join me. I always love these sprints. All right. We're going to get into it. Last sprint of the day. Things are going to go great. Things are going to be wonderful, wonderful. And we're going to get some last minute productivity in. I'm proud of us. We've done so much today. All right, my friends, I'll see you in 25 minutes. Sprint. right, my friends. How did we feel at the end of that sprint and at the end of this stream? Let me see how many words I got today in total. All right, we are ending at 47,768 words. So that means, and I started with 44,226. So 47,768 minus 442.26. Wow, I added 3,500 words today. Absolutely bananas. We're getting there. We're coasting right along. We're getting to the tense parts. Things are about to fall apart momentarily. But I should go and feed my dog because she hasn't eaten because she's very picky. But she's kind of stirring a little bit. So I think she wants to go upstairs. But this has been lovely, my friends. Rena was able to get another bitch on a side character done. Very nice. And Renegade actually writing the final letter of the short story. I had another 5 minutes. Could have gotten it done. Oh no! After this wrap up, you can dive in and get that polished right off. I'm sure you can get it done real quick. But that's really exciting. You have letters in the short story. That's really cool. I don't think I've ever seen letters used in short stories before. That's fun. Usually if you have letters used in fiction, it's epistolary, right? So things are always interesting with epistolary novels. But yeah, my friends. Oh, this has been lovely. I'm glad you all joined me today. I'm now going to go think about supper for myself and my dog. It's only 4, so like I have a little bit of time. But I'm a little hungry, and I think that's because I haven't actually had lunch today. I had a really late breakfast, so I should probably go think about that. But hey, Bubba, you want some dinner? You want some lunch too? She's also going deaf a little bit, so she didn't hear me, but she's also staring at the bookshelves away from me, giving me the cold shoulder. But just a little nugget over there. She's so white that you can't see her. Anyways, my friends, this has been absolutely lovely. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this lovely Saturday. What is next Saturday? Because I don't know if I'll have a stream next Saturday. Next Saturday is Thanksgiving here in Canada, so I will not be here, unfortunately, next weekend. But hopefully the weekend after that, I will be back in action. Back in action, back ready to go. But next weekend, I will not be home. I will be at the cabin where there's really terrible Wi-Fi. So no live stream next weekend, but there will be the following weekend. But yes, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me. This has been lovely, and I hope you have a great rest of your Saturdays. I'll see you later.